Alright, that's the riff we're going to try and track today, if it wasn't obvious enough. Clearly inspired by Spiritbox. I just wanted to celebrate like their album coming out recently. I'm a massive fan of Mike Stringer's guitar playing and his general approach to producing music, adding layers to stuff, and their overall sound as a band I'm really digging right now. So I've been spinning that a lot, getting really inspired. Hence the 7-string in drop F sharp. I've currently got juggernauts in this, literally just swapped into juggernauts. I've got some halcyons on the way. I know probably some of you immediately are like, why would you not use the halcyons for this video? Well, this guitar needed juggernauts in it for another project that I'm working on that I can't say right now, but halcyons are going in a different guitar with videos coming out soon, all about those pickups, which I'm sure are gonna be amazing. I've yet to try them, but I'm super excited about that. So with that out the way, we're actually using Mike Stringer's plugin today. I decided to download it and give it a go. Immediately impressed, it sounds killer. There's some funny stuff going on with the tone right there with the ring mod that I've automated. So we're gonna go through that because I want to try and flesh out this riff a little bit more. So yeah, let's just dig right into Logic, jump right in, and you can watch me make something out of this, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, let's go. So this is this week's guitar tone. I really wanted to dive into this. I think it's got some amazing features that I've never really played around with before, and it clearly makes sense if we're gonna try and make something that sounds like Spiritbox, use Mike's plugin. So I started on his preset called Chunk, and then I've edited it a little bit because this has got jugs in it, and jugs are a little bit differently voiced than halcyons. So on the input processing, I've actually tamed 180 Hertz a little bit. But other than that, this is very similar to that Crunch preset. I'm not doing anything else that's crazy. I've kept the focus and contour very similar to what he would recommend. Fun thing that's going on with the ring mod, I've never played around with the ring mod stuff before. So what we've got is some automation going on and also some frequency stuff going on as well. So if I play this riff back, admittedly, I'm gonna try and track this a little bit cleaner, but so you can hear what's going on in more of a context visually, you can see, you can kind of put visual to the sound a bit more. So here we go. Sick. Need to tighten the gate up a little bit on the end there, but I'm really digging that vibe. That's kind of soft spine inspired. I'm not sure what he's doing on that track. I don't really want to know. I kind of want to figure out my own way of doing it, and I'm happy with that sort of sound. We're gonna get right to adding drums and bass because I can hear what I want already. We just need to get some clean takes. So let's get it done. Okay, that felt pretty good. I might have to tidy up a little bit here and there, but I'm just gonna get the other side tracked as well. Okay, there we go. All right, ridiculous, ridiculous. Let's put these in a track stack, dead quick. Okay, let's get some drums done really quick. And this week I am using, oh, here we go. This week I am using the CPU hogs. I'm using One Hit Wonder Architects and I'm using One Hit Wonder Nu Metal stacked together because I just want to watch my CPU burn. So yeah, we're rocking all that sort of stuff. And then Nu Metal, all I'm doing is I'm reinforcing snare. So I just want the fatter snare from Nu Metal. and then that's layered with this. Pretty simple stuff. You have to load in the entire kit with nu metal, well, any One Kit Wonder. So the snare result is that, which is like a fatter snare than the Architects one. But I like the kick and I like the shells from Architects. Okay, right, let's get some bass tracked. And the bass, yeah, I've put it in drop F sharp for this, so we're gonna see how it goes. I've had to put stainless steel strings on it, which are not my favorite for the kind of tones that I like. I do prefer like just nickel strings, usually NYXLs, but I just had some lying around that were fresh, that were 145 gauge, which I know it's not ideal for drop F sharp on the scale length that my bass is, but that's what we're going with. So that's what's gonna happen. So let's go. Oh shit. Alright, I think that's the bass done for this riff. I'm just going to put it down because I want to show you something that I've, well, recently been using as much as like 2 days ago. Sort of had a bit of a breakthrough on bass. I don't mean playing it, I'm still bad at that. I mean, just like this little mixing thing I discovered. So obviously with the bass being an F sharp and it's actually tuned, it's not pitch shifted or anything. I want to take you through like the bass chain that I've got for this, that I sort of pre-made, like here's one I made earlier vibes, but I'm going to show you what's actually happening. So let's just put the mastering chain, so we've got a tiny bit more volume, but let's take it from the top down real quick, fire through this insane list of plugins, which actually isn't too bad. Well, I don't know, I don't think so. Maybe I'm crazy. So this is the end result, and then let's take it right back and we'll fly through them. A little bit of string noise there, and it's not exactly perfect, but that's how you know it's a human performance. So let's take it right back down to DI. As you can see, the drop F sharp is actually quite a little bit quieter than the higher strings. That's just the nature of when you're tuning this low. Ideally, I would need a slightly thicker gauge string, maybe like a 150 or a 160 or something. But regardless, first thing it's going to go through is distressor. It's not going to hit this too much, but it's just to boost the harmonic content and give it a little bit of compression before it hits parallax. And then we come to parallax, which has got a fairly typical sort of sound that I'm going for. Because I'm using stainless steel strings, I've had to roll off a lot of high end because it is just so clanky. So it's not ideal situation we have going on right now, but you know, look, they're brand new fresh strings, although they're not my favorite sound because they are just like scoop and then 6K. Hence why I've just dropped this off. So as soon as you introduce distortion on stainless steels, I'm not the biggest fan of the sound because I'm looking for that sort of 1K like hump, like that gap in the guitar, that little pocket that the bass can fill with distortion. But we're kind of having to manufacture that a little bit more, but that's okay. So this is what it sounds like with parallax on. Sick. So yeah, feel free to have a look at these settings and try them out. Next is the SSL channel strip. I'm using the compressor here just to get a little bit more out the bass after parallax, and I'm using the EQ. I'm not using anything else here. Around 6.5K, I'm boosting a little bit. Same vibe with 1K, I would say, just boosting a bit more, and a little bit of boost, about 150. Again, you can hear how grindy it is, but now we're going to go to Pro Q4, and here we've got, this is the sort of bump that I'm looking for. It's going to really change the sound of the bass now. So I'm going to start with it off first, and then we're going to introduce it afterwards. This is just to pin down anything that might be coming through even after parallax, just to make sure we're a little bit pinned and we have some more saturation going on. Nothing crazy at all. I'm probably hitting 1 or 2 lights on both of the compressors. So this is what double tap is doing. And then we've got a tape machine, and you might not think this is going to make much of a difference, but this Oxide tape recorder on bass and kick drum actually with the 15 IPS mode is just that huge underpinning tape like low end kick that you don't really get from anything else. And I'm also using the EQ on like the high end boost mode as well. So headphone users, please enjoy. If you're not using headphones, you might not hear too much of a difference. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, it just adds so much more life to it. And finally, we're coming to the plugin that I sort of discovered the other day, because I was feeling like there just wasn't quite enough sub bass in the bass from just itself in general. So I was looking for something around 40 Hertz, just something that's like sat under the kick, but it's not getting in the way. And our bass from Waves can do that, but I decided to pick up Bass XXL from Denise Audio. So this thing doesn't just boost bass, I'm not into like physics of sound and waves and all that sort of stuff, but what this does is actually, it's a bit of a auditory illusion, so it'll boost harmonic content to make it feel like there's more low end. Doesn't make sense to me, but I can hear it. So yeah, once again, headphone users, please enjoy. This essentially changes like everything for me when it comes to that final push on low end for my bass that's just super pinned, super dialed, ready to get sent to the instrument bus. And it's not overloading the instrument bus either. It's not a load of low end information. It's kind of weird. I really like it though. So I'm going to turn it on here and then bypass it, and then I'll use the bypass button. So it's adding so much weight. I'm going to put it in solo so you can literally hear what it's doing, which is a really nice button to be fair. And you can hear it's like a little bit woofy, but that is on purpose. If you want more of like a sine wave adding, remove all the harmonics and it won't do its thing as much, but you'll get more of a clear sort of bass note. So if I... You can hear how it's like adding overtones to the signal. So yeah, super impressed by this. The boost kind of gives it even more. So I'm really liking it around there. I might take it back a bit. Yeah, amazing. And then finally, we're just going through Soothe 2 for a little bit of sidechain with just the kick drum frequencies on the kit. So a little bit of a limitation. I would just normally send the kick to do this, but with using a stereo instance of the Get Good Drums One Kit Wonder, you're kind of limited with what you can send. I'm pretty sure that's the case anyway. Unless there's a way to do it, please let me know. So the entire kit is being sent to this as a sidechain. So I'm just filtering 60 Hertz to be listened for, and then that will duck the bass, but just that frequency of the bass as well. So when the heart of the kick drum hits, just that 60 Hertz of the bass is getting ducked, nothing else. Yeah, so let's just take a listen and then I can show you the delta, which will again play you what Soothe is doing, and then we can turn it off and on. Okay, so I'm just going to bypass it. And then this is what Soothe is actually doing. It's kind of hard to hear in the mix, but as you can see, it is doing it. So yeah, a little trick if you want to try that with Soothe. That little string noise is kind of funny. Okay, cool, and that's the bass. I know that was a bit of a crash course on that. If you enjoyed that little bit of production, then let me know. It is possible to get a good sound out of, it doesn't have to be a ding wall to get a good F sharp sound. I'm playing quite carefully because of that thinner string, just to not, knock the pitch out too much. I do like bass higher, but we're making something in the style of Spiritbox, so I'm really happy with this result. That is so sick that you can just you can make ambience like this and just keep it going. I think that at the start is cool, but I need to build that up a little bit because it's literally just one track at the moment. All right, I'm just gonna figure out this verse drum groove. That's sounding pretty sick. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just get this bass sorted really quickly. I think that's kind of fine. I'm just gonna take the gain away because that's pretty crazy right now. So that's what I'm gonna do there. All right, sick. So I'm pretty happy with all of this that's going on. I'm just gonna get into like a little bit of additional production now, just like that ear candy sort of stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can spice it up a little bit and make it a tiny bit more interesting. So I don't think I'm going to add anything over the top of this verse. It just doesn't feel quite right. Like, I like the layers that are going on, and I do think it really would benefit from some like vocal thing, obviously, which is why Spiritbox works so well. So I'm just going to leave that, let the layers do the talking in that section. And yeah, I'm going to dig right into sorting out a few things. So first things first, I'm going to turn on the bus compressor so that we can actually hear what is going on a bit better. Okay, so I'm just thinking like maybe I can add something over this like verse really quickly, and I've literally just got splice because I've been wanting to try it for ages. So I just typed in ambient vocal, and I'm thinking this one here is kind of cool. So that. Okay, that's sick. I really want that. I am going to just put these in a track stack as well. Just call them vocals. And I'm just going to get the same compressor so that when, again, the drums are doing something, Is that it? I think it might be. Let's stick the mastering chain on and then I think we're gonna call it a day. You know what, I think that might be my favorite thing I've ever written for this little series that I've got going on. I don't know, I just think like trying new things always helps you get out of those little like crutches that you might rely on, like doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, this is clearly like too Spiritbox to do anything with, in my opinion, but it is cool. It's nice to just like flex different muscles that you might not always do, and playing around with different ambient things is really, really cool. That mic stringer plugin is really inspiring actually, and kind of, I mean, it brought out the entire idea, I think, and even just literally sticking to presets, I think it's really cool, and it's given me some different ideas about how I could make my own sort of ambient patches that use whatever's going on in that thing. I need to look at it a little bit more, but let me know if you enjoyed this week's episode. I know that I enjoyed making this. I don't think I was speaking that much this week. I was just like in the zone. So if there's a little bit less talking, apologies for that. Probably towards the second half of the video, I'm just like dialing in everything and making sure that it fits right. But yes, I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have an amazing day, morning, afternoon, evening. Whatever you're up to, I hope it's going to be good, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you in a bit.